Hmm. Hmm. Pensando.
Sorry, good afternoon. I actually saw this link on a particular group. I don't know, is this an official class or a tutorial?
It is an official class.
Okay, thank you.
Mm. I see. How much is it? Sorry, for 40 pounds. Huh?
No, this is cost 30,000. How much? This one 5 pounds.
Right?
This one 5 pounds.
And the quality is different.
At the same time.
Yeah. Let me see.
Give quality. Give quality like something.
No, no, no.
No. Afternoon. Ah, no, Edge, break,
Yes.
I've already typed my matric number. But I don't think it's for this class. They've not started yet. The man have not started. No, I've joined already, but the man have not started saying anything.
Mute your mic now, Oga.
You go home, Bajari.
Hello, please, guys. Hello. Hello.
Hi, sir.
I'm one of you. I'm among you too. I'm among you guys. I'm not sir. So I want to ask: is this a lecturer or tutor? Sorry.
Lecture.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry for disturbance, but
Hi, good evening.
what class is this?
Computing science now.
It's just S2. Just S2.
Computing science now.
Good
Don't
afternoon,
answer like that now.
Good
We had
afternoon,
computer
everyone.
science yesterday. You know the answer
It's
like
just
that now.
S2,
Good
sir.
afternoon, everyone.
Your mic
Good
answer with
afternoon.
sense now.
Good afternoon, sir.
So please, we cannot stop talking and listen. Is it all right? If I ask a question, if you have an answer, just say. Don't chorus the answer. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are about to start. We are about to start now.
Yes, sir.
Now, I discovered that in the Zoom link, we are already 300. So I've created a YouTube link. I don't know if you have seen the YouTube link. Did you see the YouTube link? Love
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No.
And did you share it among your friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I saw it
sir.
on the group.
You said?
I saw it on the video.
I saw it
Okay.
on the group.
Okay, good. So that means we're on course now.
Yes, sir.
So the Zoom link is already filled up. It's already 300. That means there's no space. And that's why I created a YouTube link that student can always log in from there. And I've sent the Zoom link to everyone. And I believe by now you would have seen it in your various group, in your various platform. So now, can we see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
first
yes,
of all, I want to make a
Yes, sir.
clarification.
Yes.
I want to make a clarification. I was hearing students saying, is this a tutorial class? Now, I'm asking everyone online, is this a tutorial class?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So please,
No,
this
no
is
job.
not a tutorial class. This is an official class, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I was hearing also at the background somebody say, who is the man?
Yes, sir.
Who is the man? Is that who is the man? Is that the correct, where is that the correct thing to say? Who is the man?
Yes, sir.
No,
Eh?
No, sir.
So what is the correct thing to say?
Who is the lecturer?
Who is the lecturer for the course? Not who is the man. You that is speaking, you are a man. Are you not a man?
Yes, sir.
So you are a man student. Okay. Now, this is course 101. That is Introduction to Computing Sciences, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So, and some of you are offering it as FSC 113 and AMS 103, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please, just know that the course is course 101, Introduction to Computer Sciences. So let's go on. And these are the course lecturers. I believe that in the previous week, you were introduced to the course, isn't it? By Dr. Yinka Banjo, isn't it? Yinka Banjo, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So these are the course lecturers. Now, I'll be taking the course, and this is my name. That is my name. This is my name, Dr. Cyril Bude. This is the Department of Computer Science. My office room number is there, room 016. My office hours are there, Tuesdays, Wednesday, or by appointment. So my phone number is there in case you want to reach out to me. Now, this is the course schedule. The course schedule, is 2 to 4, isn't it?
Yes, sir. No.
2 to 4.
So,
Yes, sir. 2 to 4.
Yeah, 2 to 4.
It's 2 to 4, isn't it?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The course lecture is 2 to 4.
Yes, sir.
And the course venue is through the Zoom link. It's for us to join the Zoom, just as we are doing for today's lecture. And please, I want to encourage everyone to please attend your lectures. Attend your lectures, because attendance is very mandatory, it's very compulsory. And what is expected of us is that we must always read any books, anything that is assigned to us. Read any assigned thing. Read assigned readings. Anything that is assigned to you, please read. And try as much as possible to attend lectures and participate in discussion. So when we are discussing, when we are asking questions, we are talking, please, everyone should, at least one should contribute. You know the best way to participate. Just raise up your hand and we'll allow you to talk. And please try as much as possible. Don't just be an ordinary student. Bring in your ideas and consign to the class, even though it is online. Then learn to read and be effective. Now, this is the learning outcome of the course. This is the learning outcome of the course. You should be able to know explain the basic component of computers and other computing devices, describe the various application of computers, explain information processing and its roles in the societies, describe the internet, its various applications and its impact, explain the different areas of computing disciplines and its specialization, and you should be able to demonstrate practical skills on using computers and internet. I believe that every one of us is good at point 6. Number 6, every one of us is expert in it, isn't it?
No.
Every one of us is expert in that. Don't you have practical skills?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Using computers.
Yes, sir.
Are you not on the internet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means you're an expert, isn't it? That is just it. So that is the learning outcome was expected to. Now, what is it? Yeah, I'm saying. Sit down. So the course Synosis is CCMAS. That is the new curriculum we are using. And the CCMAS means core curriculum and minimum academic standard. That's what we mean by CCMAS. And this is course content. This is the course content. Just give me some minutes.
Problem, sir.
Hello, please just give me some minutes. No, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Please, 1
Okay,
minute.
sir.
But just look at the slide. Just look at the course content. I'm coming back.
Please, is the class just
Yeah, so it's just starting.
No, it's not just starting. No.
Has it started since?
Yes.
It's just
When?
starting.
Yes, since 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we can just everyone cause confusion.
Just started 5 minutes ago.
Now, confusion is that
Can everybody please keep quiet?
Yes, you miss your mic.
Please, let's mute our mic, please.
The class is 300 pounds. Even before 2 o'clock, the class already full.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
I swear. Because the guy have told me 3 minutes before the class should join. Me, I wanted to leave the class. My friend said, don't leave. But the man have not started saying anything. He said, join.
Yeah, you're saying mute your mic. Why are you talking?
Now,
Hey, off your camera. With your bald head. Your bald head guy.
Can you guys just listen to something? Abdullah, please mute your mic, please. Abiodu Ishioluwa, please mute your mic, please. Akolade Ademola, please mute your mic. Ma Esther, please mute your mic, please.
Okay, we should continue, isn't it? Are we still online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Forgive me.
Yes,
Forgive
sir.
me. Because I'm doing official work and the same time working for you. So these are the course content. Just these are the course contents for the course. And I believe that one of them, this is the course outline, isn't it? These are the course outline. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, if you are with me, it's only the ladies that I'm hearing. I'm not hearing the guys.
Yes, sir.
Is it that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just log in and
Yes, sir.
disappear?
Yes, sir.
Now, these are the course outline from week 1 to week 12. This is how it goes. And I believe you must have seen this slide in your previous lecture. Just take note of week 7 and week 11. So this is the course materials. This is the course material. Are you seeing the course materials?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There are
Yes,
two.
sir.
There are
Yes,
two
sir.
there.
Yes.
One is the manual, the other is the workbook. So you can always get this book from the Unilag bookshop. How many of us have gone there to get one copy? How many of us have gone there?
None of the
I've
above.
not gone there, sir.
Why? That means
So,
you are not reading. You are not reading ahead. You are just
so
playing.
last time I went there, they said the copy wasn't there.
Okay, but I believe by now it's available. So please let's try
He
our
is not
best.
available, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Have you
sir.
gone there today?
Yes, today. Just
Today?
now.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, just now. Okay, I'll
Yes.
find out from them. Maybe you can go back tomorrow, but I'll find out from them. Then
Okay,
this
sir.
is this course evaluation. I will evaluate the course. Your final exam, your exams is 70%, while the continuous assessment is 30%. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
take your continuous
sir.
assessment serious. A good student that is able to score 27, 25, 27, 28, you just need a little effort in exam to have an A. Then in our previous lecture, what did we do in our previous lecture? What was the lecture? What was the topic? Previous lecture. In our previous lecture, what
Evolution
was
of
the topic?
computer.
Yeah?
Evolution of computer.
Your previous lecture, was it evolution of computer?
No, sir.
Introduction to computer.
Yes, your previous lecture was introduction. And under that introduction, you are taught what is a computer. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You are taught what is a computer. You are taught the importance of computers. You are taught
Yes,
computer
sir.
hardware and overview. You have taught of computer software and overview. And you are taught the basic applications of computer, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that was your last week. So today, we want to talk about evolution of computer. So what is our today's topic?
Evolution of computer.
Evolution of computer.
Evolution of computer.
Okay, good. Now, so this is our learning outcome of today's study. What we are doing today, what we are studying today. First, you must know the various evolution of computers and the years. 2, you must understand their various characteristics. Then third, you should know the development behind each of those evolutions. Those 3 things: the evolution of computers and the years, the various characteristics, and the technology behind. That is why I underline it so that you always remember. Is it okay?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want
Yes,
to?
sir.
Now, this is the presentation outline today. This is what we want to do today. So I will give you some minutes to look at it and to memorize.
Sorry, sir. Sir, but we did this yesterday.
That was tutorial, not lecture.
That was tutorial.
Who's
Gani, I
tutorial?
was not there.
Official lecture.
Let's pay attention, I beg.
I was
Who is
not
talking
there,
about
please.
tutorial? Who is talking about tutorial? This is not tutorial class. Is it a tutorial class?
This is a normal class.
This is a normal class. This is not a tutorial class. Anybody that
Please
does
speak for yourself.
is just to help.
Speak for only
But
yourself.
that is not the lecture class. Is
This is
it
a normal
okay?
class. Tutorial.
This is the normal class. And after the normal class, I'll collect the attendance for today. So each of the course reps should please submit to me the attendance for today. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So please,
Sir, how do we need the attendance, sir?
you will know. I will talk to you. But please, I want you to quickly look at this slide and try to memorize it. I will join you in a minute.
Which can we see now?
Please kindly mute your mic. Mute your mic.
It's not mute, it's mute.
No, you want to mute your mic.
Who is this Didiri?
Who be that way?
Who say you left?
To be honest. I don't know why it's hard. Like,
No, see, no, it's
Who is this one now? Ah, eh?
Beg, I beg. Make that keep quiet.
not.
Market.
I will kick him.
Mute your mic.
Wild kick. I don't know why they're not kicking these fools. I will kick every single one of them.
Whoever
has to do that mic, they're not deaf.
Shut up now. Ah.
Then you kick them. You kick them. Yes, the lecturer was saying that you will -5 from their points. All of them kept quiet. You kick them.
Please, you guys just shut up.
Including you. Kindly shut up.
Yeah.
Hello, please just believe me.
Nepa day in your pack is
Yeah, you read the mic now. What the fuck now?
Some people no get manners for this group at all. Some people.
You will get manners. How much do you bank account?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, now only 4% they sabi I say I sabi you physically.
Please previous class.
Mute your mic, please.
You guys should mute your mic now. It's distracting somebody. Ah.
You guys are expected to summarize. You guys are expected to summarize. You didn't talk in a big class. Now, not just the disturb person. So. Now summarize. They say me we summarize now.
Because you mute yourself.
Something like that. If you guys know you can't be quiet, so just mute yourself. Thank you.
Okay. Love it. Are you still online? Love it.
Maybe that behave well. This is university, not primary school. What happened now? Mute your mic.
Okay, we continue. I said this is the presentation outline for today. Is the presentation outline for today's class. So we have first generation. We have first generation 1940s to 1950s. Hello, can everyone hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I said,
Yes, sir.
okay. So I said the first generation is from 1940s to 1950. And the technology behind it was vacuum tube. The second generation is 1950s to 1960s. And the technology behind it is transistors base. Then we also have third generation, 1960s to 1970s, is integrated circuit base. Then the fourth generation is 1970s to date, which is present, and is microprocessor based. Then the fifth or future generations, that is the present and beyond, is artificial intelligence based. So these are what we shall be discussing today in our lecture. Then now we know that from those ancient times, people have been working to invent computing devices. You know how it started from abacus to assist in calculating and processing data. So such the development could be linked to different generations. We categorize it as different generations of computing devices, and the development from one period, that is one time, to another, as we have seen from 1940 to 1950, is what is known as generations of computers. So this evolution of computer, as you have seen in the previous slide, is divided into 5 generations, and each generation reflects the progress that was made in improving the performance of the machine. So each generation is also characterized by a major breakthrough, and that major breakthrough is what we refer to as the technology that was involved. That means the material that we are used in the older version were later improved upon in the subsequent generation. So if you look at those previous slides, you will see, for example, you see the second generation transistors now replace the vacuum tube. So this is the first generation. I hope everyone is still online.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are listening, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what?
Yes, sir.
Please, I want us to know that this, I want to repeat it again, this is not a tutorial class. This is not a tutorial class. Please, I don't know who is talking. Please just try and mute your own part. Just mute your own part and listen. So I said, this is not. Please, can somebody mute himself? If I ask a question, you can unmute and answer, because I'm receiving back what I'm saying. So this is not a tutorial class, as I've said. It's not a tutorial class, and nobody should refer to it as a tutorial class. It's an official class where attendance is collected at the end of the lecture. And please, I don't want anybody to be saying who is the man. You don't come and use vogue language during lectures. And please, if you try to log in and you could not access the Zoom link, a YouTube link is always created for you to go and log in through. So let's look at the first generation. The first generation is vacuum based. You can see the figure, you can see the diagram, is vacuum based. That is what the first generation is. Now, you should know that this period of first generation was from 1946 to 1959, and it used the vacuum tube as its own CPU, which is the central processing unit. So the technology in this first generation is what we call the vacuum tube, which is the basic component of the memory and the circulatory unit. So now the first generation has its own characteristics. if you look at the slide very well, you see the characteristics. You will see the characteristic. Now, the characteristics that it makes use of vacuum tubes. It makes use of vacuum tube as its own circuit. So that means that the main electronic component is the vacuum tube. Now, it also makes use of magnetic drum. It makes use of machine languages, that is zeros and one. Now, it has a very small amount. It has a very small amount of storage space. It makes use of punch card. As you must take note, it makes use of punch card. Some students have asked this question all over that what is the input? What was he using? What is the input? What was he using as the input, and what was he using as output? So you should know that it makes use of the punch card as its input and output devices. And as a first generation computer, it was very huge in size. And because it's very huge in size, it became very slow and less reliable in terms of output. Then it was very expensive. That is the characteristic. It was very expensive because of the huge nature it possesses. Then it uses much of energy, and it generates much of heat. Then you can see the other one. Those are various examples. This particular 1, 2, 3, there are various examples of first generation computing devices. And the first one that was the first computing device that was used in the first generation was Novik. That was the first computer generation that was used for the business purposes. Now, these are the main features that I don't want you to forget. At least you forget others, but please don't forget this main feature. At least it will help you to know the characteristics. It will help you to know which one is the first feature. So one of the main characteristics is the vacuum tube, which was the main electronic component. Then it has main memory. The main memory has to do with magnetic drums and magnetic tape. And the programming languages was machine languages, which is low-level language. Then the operating system is the operating system. It has no operating system, but it was the human operators who helped to set the switches. Then those are the main examples of the third generations of computer. Now, these are the advantages. The advantages are the vacuum tubes were used as electronic components. Now, and these computers were the fastest in calculating devices at their time that they were created, so that they were developed. So the competitions were performed in milliseconds. The disadvantage is that they were too large in size, and they were unreliable, and they induce a large amount of heat due to the vacuum tubes. They were not portable because they are large, and they were limited in commercial use. It's only those people who could afford them that actually go for it. Now, for the input and output devices, we have mentioned, we said punch cards were used. Punch card and paper were used for the input and output devices. Then we talk about the speed and the size. We said they were very slow and very large in size. So if you look at it, they almost take all the entire space that they occupy. And when we talk of power, we say that they consume a lot of electricity, and they now generate a lot of heat. That is for the first generation. Now, this is the second generation. This is the second generation, the improved of the first generation. And this one, the improvement that was made was a transistor. If you look at the slide very well, you will see the transistor. The transistors have now replaced the vacuum. So let's see what happened in the first generation. So this is what happened in the first generation. The transistors replaced the vacuum tube in the first generation. As a result of this improvement, the transistors replaced the vacuum in this generation. So that is the improvement that was made. As a result of this, as a result of the improvement, computers became smaller, faster, cheaper, more energy efficient, and reliable. Punch card was used for the input and output. So these are the characteristics in the second generation. The characteristic is that the main electronic component that was used in second generations were the transistors, and the memory that were used was the magnetic core and magnetic tape or disk. The programming languages, that is where you should be observant. The programming languages in this level was assembly language. The first generation was what? What was the first generation?
Machine language.
Correct, machine language. And machine language with 0 and what? 1.
Ones.
Then what about the second generation now?
Basic.
Assembly language.
Assembly
language.
Yes, assembly language. That is what was used in the second generation. Then when we continue to look at it, we saw that the powers and the size have also increased because of the transistors that became the main electronic component. If you look at the power and the size, you now know that they have low power consumption. And since they have low power consumption, they now generated less heat, and they were now smaller in size compared with the first generations of a computer. Then if you also look at the speed from the slide, you also discover that the speed, there was improvement of speed. So there was improvement of speed, and the ability now became reliable as compared to the first generation. Then the input and the output devices is still the punch card and the magnetic tape. Now, if you look at the slide, you see various examples. You see various examples, and this example is what you must not forget, because you may be asked to give examples of the following. Now, these are the major innovations. These are major innovations. We said that the major innovations are the transistors. The transistors are the main component. Now, the languages, they use assembly languages, and assembly languages are high-level languages. For example, BASIC, COBOL, Fortran. Then the operating system, the human still handles the punch card. So those were what the human beings are doing. So those.
Come on, give me your Bible, please.
So those are the examples of third generations computer, IBM 1400. Then advantages. What are the advantages of the second generation? They were smaller in size. They are smaller in size as compared to the first generation. They became much more reliable. They generated less heat. Yes, correct. Okay, finish it. Finish the third one. Yes, my friend, finish. I like the way you are talking. Finish the thought. Finish the menu one.
Computation was performed in microsecond.
Yes, was performed. What was it? With the first generation, what was it?
Milliseconds.
What was the first generation? What was it? What speed was it performed?
Milliseconds.
Millisecond. Then in the second generation, what is it now?
Microseconds.
Correct. So that means we are following. Then it has less hardware and maintenance problem. Less hardware because there are not much hardware as compared to the first generations that almost occupy the whole building. Good. Thank you very much. I think student is following me. And in this case, they were used for commercial purposes. So you should know at which of the generation the computer was started. We started using computing devices or computer for commercial use. So at what generation did we start using computer for commercial use?
Second generation.
That's very good. Very good. I love that. Disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? They became very costly for commercial use. You know, they have been improved upon, so it became very expensive for people to use. So it's only commercial people, industrial people that could use it. Now it also requires the frequent maintenance. You need to maintain it frequently, and so doing, you will spend more. Then they also involve frequent cooling. You need to be cooling it all the time. in order to reduce the heat. So that is the disadvantages of the second generation. Now we move to the third generation. Yes, who is online that can tell me the technology behind the third generation?
Integrated circuit.
Integrated circuit.
Correct. Good. Now, if you look at the diagram very well, if you look at the diagram very well, you can see that it's an integrated circuit. That is the IC. Now you can see the IC. You can see the IC on the board, on the motherboard. So that is the beginning of the third generation. Now, let's quickly look at what the third generation is. Now, we said that the third generation, that is when the integrated circuit was invented. Now, please, you should be able to know who invented the integrated circuit and which of the generation. Please always take pen and paper by your side to jot down some things. What you are expected to know in today's lecture is just the generations and the years, the characteristics and the technology. So if at the end of the class, I'm asking you questions, which of those generations has this technology invention, you should be able to answer. Now, the integrated circuit now replace the transistors. You can see how it is flowing. The first generation was a vacuum tube. The second generation was what?
Transistors.
Transistors. Now the third generation is what?
Integrated circuit.
So the technology is based on the use of semiconductor devices called silicon, or chips or microprocessors. So you should know the technology that was based on. So the technology was based on semiconductor devices, and that semiconductor devices are called silicons, chips, or microprocessors. So chips and microprocessors, they are the same thing in computer technology. So it's either you use chips or you use microprocessors. Is it okay? So
yes, sir.
This third generation now the third generation of integrated circuit drastically increased the speed and efficiency of what? Of the computer. Now the era, you can see now that the eras of the punch card and printer was now phased out. So it's now possible for the user to interact with the computer through keyboards and monitors with the aid of an operating system. Do you see now? So you should know when we started using the keyboard, when we started using the monitor, when we started using the operating system. So for the first time, computer became accessible to a large audience of people. So let's quickly look at the characteristic too. Now, if you look at the characteristic, it said it has a what? It has what? Higher capacity, internal. And I believe that we all know what is an internal storage. That is when you have sizes. Some of you would prefer, if I ask you now, some of you will say, I prefer one, you say you prefer 1 gig, isn't it? 1 gig, 2 gig, 4 gig, you have 16 gig, isn't it? You have 20 gig. Is that not it?
Yes, sir.
Until you get to 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte. Yeah, the internal storage device started increasing. Then the processor that is operated, the processor is now operated in what? In what? What is it operated in? Nanoseconds. And we now started using remote communication facilities, remote communication facility, multi-programming facilities. Then it now became smaller in size. Then the use of integrated circuit to replace transistor, then it now generated less heat. So let's quickly look. These are further one. That is when we started using, it was in third generation, we started using what? Operating system. We started using communication cable. The previous one, in the olden days, even now, if you go to some cyber cafes or business center, you see them using cable. See them using a cable. internet cable, local area network. In those days, we are using telephone. We connect telephone. But this time around, you don't use connection line anymore. You just on your hotspot, isn't it?
Yes,
On
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
hotspot, you
Yes, sir.
communicate,
Yes, sir.
connect to your computer. So that's to tell you that there are generation things have actually developed. In third generation, we are using cable, we are using connection lines, we are using everything to connect to our laptop. I can remember those days. If when we are using phone, connect the phone to a system. Every system connect to a phone to a modem. Every phone, every laptop will connect. Every desktop will connect to the modem. Anytime it rains, Jesus, everybody will just lost connection. Rain must not fall at that time, at this third generation. Whenever rain fall, connection is lost. You won't see connection, you won't see signal until, so you can see how technology has evolved. So that is why we said evolution of computer. So now it's now get to reduction in the cost of storage. So it became reduced, the cost of it reduced. Then that's when we start introduction, then the introduction of mini computer, that is the use of monitors and line printers. And those are, if you look at them, you can see the examples of third generation computer. Now, if you look at it very well, you can see the main features. You can see the main feature. Who is saying, somebody that is saying to log Berry, or you tell me the main features of third generation. What are the features of the third generation? What are the features of the third generation?
Integrated circuits as basic electronic components.
So that means some of us have gone out. We are not participating in the game. So at the third generation of computers, the main electronic component that was used at that time is integrated circuit. Yes, and the memory that was being used was a large magnetic what? Magnetic what?
Memory.
Magnetic memory, magnetic tapes, magnetic discs. Then it was from there we started using programming language like high-level language, like Fortran, like BASIC, like Pascal, like COBOL, like C++. Then for the sizes, you can see that the sizes became smaller, cheaper, and more efficient than the second generation of computer. Then for the speed, there was improvement of speed and it was reliable. Then for the input, yes, what was the input? That's when we started using magnetic tape, keyboard, monitors, and printer. Is it okay?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm listening.
So please, can you tell them to mute their mics? It's distracting the class, sir.
Please,
because you gave them allowance, they are now using your
Please,
Grandma is calling.
This person
please,
knows
can everyone mute himself? Ijoma, please, can you mute yourself?
Who is asking for grandma now? Mute yourself.
Please mute yourself.
Ijoma, mute yourself. Kowole, mute yourself, please.
I don't think this person
I only allow it so that you can participate, you can contribute. If you don't understand, you can talk.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you mute everybody mics? Like when you want to ask a question before you can unmute them.
Oh yeah, sorry. Come inside.
Olajumoke, please mute your mic. Mute your mic, Olajumoke.
Olajumoke, please mute your mic.
Everybody, or you just be distracting the class.
Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm seeing some students telling me that, sir, some of us are unable to join the class because the Zoom link keeps saying the meeting has reached its maximum. But I thought you people sent the link, the Zoom link to all.
YouTube.
Yeah?
Sir.
So what is happening now?
You guys should resend the
They
link now.
will
Someone
get
should
the
resend the
link.
link.
They came late. That's why.
But I sent
Yes,
the
they
Zoom
came
link for
late.
everybody to
The
participate.
class is
So why?
full.
Yes, it is full. That is why I created the Zoom link for those who could not join through Zoom to participate. So I've sent the YouTube link over and over.
So they don't check previous chats.
Okay, now I've sent to them now. But can you see the one that I've sent again?
I never seen. Yes, I've seen it.
Help me to keep forward to them. Just forward to them. Let them stop giving excuses for not attending class. The Zoom link is there. You can. I hope everyone is seeing it the way I'm repeating it. Is everyone there?
Yes, sir.
Who gets access to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we're online.
Okay. All right. So please send to all your friends. Let them participate and let them stop saying they cannot access. They cannot access. They cannot access. They
Sir,
cannot
can
access.
we get access to this slide?
Can you?
Can we get access to this slide, sir?
Okay, but what about the first slide? Did you have access to the first slide?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
But I will try.
Not
I will
everyone.
send.
Not everyone.
I will send to this slide.
No, sir.
I don't know who to send it to.
We
That's
don't have
the problem.
any.
Yes,
Send
I
it
said
to
I'm
the
going to
doctor.
send last week's slide.
Can you
and
guys just
send-
allow him talk?
I said I will send last week's slide. I will send today's slide. But please, you need to go to the bookshop to get the material, the course material. The course material is in the bookshop. You will get it. You will understand it better. All you just have to do is to come to the class and listen and contribute. Listen and contribute. Listen and come with your ideas. That is what we stated. Listen, read, study, come to the class, contribute, make great ideas, bring back ideas, and let's move on. Now, what are those disadvantages of the third generation? Now, advantages, what are those advantages of third generation? Now, those advantages are they became smaller in what? In sizes as compared to what?
Second
generation. They
generation.
become more reliable, more portable, less electricity consumption. They what? Key generation. Rare. And what's the last one?
General
purpose computer.
Now become. I hope you know what is general purpose.
No.
Yes, sir.
You don't know. Look at that word. General purpose. What is the word?
It's for everyone.
It becomes accessible to everyone. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Personal.
Then
Not only
disadvantages. Now it now require an air conditioning service. An air condition was required in order to what? To cool the AC. And you know, the AC is that the IC, that is the greatest service. You need an AC, an air conditioner service, an air condition to what? To cool it, because the technology has advanced and it's advancing and it's still advancing. Then quickly, the fourth generation. What is the fourth generation?
We make use of
Microprocessors.
Microprocessors.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm listening.
Of large scale
You have what?
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So
Now,
in that
ask.
general purpose computer, you said that
Yes.
it's accessible by everyone, but I'm not sure because in my own knowledge, I feel like general purpose computer is
No, when we say accessible, when we say general purpose, we now mean that it can be used for various purposes. Not that it's not, yes, for various purposes, for various tasks, not accessible by everyone. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Someone said this. I wanted to confirm from you.
Not that is accessible by everyone. It is for general purpose. You can use it for multitasking. You can use it for forecasting. No, that's what we mean. It became general purpose. You can use it for automation. You can use it for various kind of tasks.
Yes, sir.
Do we understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the fourth generation. What is the fourth generation? What is the fourth generation?
Microprocessors.
microprocessor.
Processor.
But for this particular one,
Microprocessor.
yes, for this particular one, the type of microprocessor is what?
Large
Very,
integrated
very large scale
integrated
integrated
circuit.
Correct. I think I love this class. They are responding. You people are responding than the previous set. Now, don't forget that word.
Thank you, sir.
What? Don't forget the full meaning of VLSI. VLSI. What does it mean?
Very large scale
Okay. All right. So we move on. Now, this fourth generation. When did we say it start? When did it start? It started when? 1974.
1974.
Yes, 1970s. It started 1970s, isn't it? Now
Yes,
the technology,
yes, sir.
the technology behind it, we are called what? Silicon
Semiconductor device.
or what?
Microprocessors.
Yes. You can say that the microprocessor is a central processing unit that is what? Fabricated on the what?
On a chip.
On the chip. Then the introduction of microprocessor led to the production of microcomputers. Then that's just all. Then the fourth generation, over time, they became larger units were now introduced to generate and improve performance. So please, I know by now everybody should know the full meaning of this. Please note it down. If you don't know it, that is homework for you. That is homework for you. You should know the full meaning. You said?
Very large scale integrated.
All of that LSI.
You
I know the meaning.
You know the meaning?
Yes.
What is the meaning?
For LSI, large scale integrated circuit.
Okay. And what about the other one?
Very large scale integrated circuit.
All right.
And the last one is ultra large scale integrated circuit.
Okay, good. At least you are on course. Then, what are the characteristics that you can see, that you find out in the fourth generation? Yes. Can somebody tell me these characteristics?
Network
Okay, let me continue from there. So the third generation has very good characteristics in the sense that it has now become an improvement in the third, the second, and the first generation. So in this fourth generation now, that's when they started introducing what they call the network facilities. Network what? Facilities. Of network facility. Then that's when it became microcomputer. That's when it became the introduction of non-procedural languages. Then you can see it became flexible. Became flexible became flexible in internal and external what? Storage device. And they have a very large storage capacity of 1 terabyte, high capacity. So that's when we started using, that's when the introduction of email and office automation system now started. Now let's quickly look at the main future. Now, what are the main future? Let's start from the sizes. Now you can see from our previous one that the sizes in the fourth generation became what? It became what? Smaller. The things became smaller. It became cheaper and became more efficient than the what? Than the third generation. Then let's look at also speed. What do you think will be the speed? The speed there was an improvement in speed. So there was improvement of speed in terms of accuracy, reliabilities compared to all other generations. Then the input and output. What becomes the input? What was now the input and output in the fourth generation?
They use monitor.
Keyboard, they use good. They use monitor. They use what? What did they use again?
Monitor,
keyboard,
computer.
No. That's when they started using
monitor and keyboard,
mouse,
joystick,
optical scanner, pointing devices. That's when light pen. Yes, light pen, correct. So that is when it was in the fourth generation that we started using all those devices. Then when you look at the network too, in the fourth generation, the network, you discover that in the fourth generation, a group of 2 or more computers can be linked together. That is in the fourth generation. In the fourth generation, in terms of network, a group of 2 or more computers can be what? Linked together. So those are the major features in third generation. Then the advantage is that they became smaller in size and much reliable. No cooling system was required. They became much faster in terms of computation. Then become profitable and cheap. Then the heat generator was what? Negligible. Then it was now totally general purpose system. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the disadvantage there?
Very advanced.
Very advanced
Yes,
technology.
yes. That is just it. The
Fabricate
integrated
reality.
circuit. The integrated circuit. I hope you remember what is the fourth generation. What is the processor? What is the processor in the fourth generation?
Large scale integrated circuit.
Very large scale integrated circuit.
Very large scale integrated circuit.
Very good. So that advancement now required what? Now require much what?
Very advanced technology was required to fabricate.
Now require what? That is
More
one of the
fabrication.
advanced technology. Very advanced technology was required to fabricate the integrated circuits. Now this is what?
Fifth generation.
Future generation.
Yeah, what is this future generation of?
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Intelligence.
From which year? From when to when?
Present to future.
From present and what?
Beyond.
So that means in the next years to come, we will still be talking about artificial intelligence.
AI.
Yes, AI. I hope we all know what is artificial intelligence.
Yes.
What is artificial intelligence?
No, sir.
No, everybody know artificial intelligence. Artificial. What is artificial and what is intelligence? Making computer to think like
Artificial intelligence that is not man-made.
Yes.
Artificial means unnatural, man-made.
Correct. So let's look at what happened. The present and beyond, that we are in artificial intelligence, something that is not man-made. So you can say that from 1990s, which I believe that some of us were not born at that time. Some of us were not born at that time, at this time, 1990s. None of us were born. All of you online now, you were born. Some of you were born 19. No, some of you were born 2010.
No, I'm born.
2010 till now, it's not 15 years.
Oh, no.
Okay. So none of you were born 1990, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means some of you were born 2010, 2007, 26. Okay, whatever age you were born, just know that you were not born at this time. So from 1990s upward, the fifth generation now enter into the computer world by the application of fiber optic technology. So it involved as a result of the need of for computers to take decisions in various circumstances. That is the essence of that fifth or future generation that we refer to as what? Artificial intelligence. So now we said it now witnessed the influx of what? Super microcomputer through AI, which main attraction, whose main attraction over previous computer is speed and what?
Power.
It also has the capacity of making decision and what?
And judgment.
Now, a very good example of this is robots. And I believe some of you must have watched the iRobot. How many of you have watched iRobot?
Me.
Stop it.
What happened in the iRobot? Summarize in one sentence.
The robots began to evolve and take over the human race.
Yes, the robot was created to take over human what? Race. And there was it has a disadvantage, isn't it?
Who brought milk?
It has a disadvantage. And what was that disadvantage?
It destroyed everything.
Violence.
It turned violence. How did it turn violence?
No, sir, they were not created to take over the human race. They were just created to assist the human race.
Okay, they were created to assist the human race. Yes, but something went wrong, isn't it?
Yes.
So what was that thing that went wrong?
They evolved.
They began to evolve and see a bigger picture that they can actually take over humanity.
No, what was that particular thing? What? No. Somebody tampered with one particular thing. What was that thing that person tampered with?
Airdrop.
The motherboard.
The power.
Not the power.
Their program. Their programming.
Yeah, they are programming on what?
The motherboard.
We have said this 100 times.
Central processing unit.
On the chips.
Their chip.
Yes, their chips was reprogrammed. Their chip, the chips that was put in them was reprogrammed, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will give you the opportunity to go and watch the iRobot again and learn and see the future and see the future generation, the present and beyond. Don't worry, very soon you will be creating a robot that will be cooking for you, isn't it?
It is, sir.
You'll be creating a robot that will be giving birth, isn't it? No, we are already creating robots that will give birth now, isn't it? Oh, you have seen it already. A robot giving birth, isn't it?
She's the robot. Where do you see it? Are you the robot?
I'd like to see that.
Yes, the robot carries pregnancy and it gives birth. The
robot. How will iron burn iron?
The robot is not doing what human being can do, even better. Okay, let's continue. Now, the fifth generation. The fifth generation are data driven. So you should know that the fifth generation are data. They are data. They work based on the data that have fed into them. So the fifth generation are data driven. They are not control driven. And that's why we call them artificial intelligence. So that's when artificial intelligence started playing. That's when artificial intelligence started leading the role in full development of computer, especially in the areas of software. Now, they are also capable of performing function of human expert, just as we have said. We have given an example of iRobot, and I said you should go and watch that iRobot again and see what, ma? So somebody asking questions, somebody talking?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, Grace, let them bring them there. Anyone that
let them what?
No, it is you. You are the one who said that they should take them there. I understand that one part.
Keep quiet.
No, hold on. I don't want to hear any word. Keep quiet. What did you say so that we can follow?
Only one person.
What did you say, madam?
Sir?
You said what? Are you asking a question or you are saying contributing? Okay. Let's go.
I just was talking to someone else.
Oh, okay. I understand. I said the fifth or future generation, we said they are capable of performing function of human experts, what the human can do. Then I now said you should go back to that iRobot and watch it again. You will see what artificial intelligence can do or what they are doing. They are also involved in solving problems. Just as you said they are meant to assist humans to do what they cannot do. They are meant to prevent crimes. And we also said they also require human intelligence, judgment, insight, and experience. So that is what. Then look at the characteristic. The main characteristic is artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence. We say this is the abilities of the computer to exhibit behavior just like an intelligent person. For example, iRobot. That is why we said iRobot. Go back and watch the iRobot. Then we talk about expert system. Now, an expert system, as he said, is a future that is capable of making judgment and decision like an expert. When you go to the hospital to seek medical advice, there are some systems now that you just tell them, I have headache, I have cough, I have this, then it will now prescribe for you. Or you tell them what, or you tell the system what.
The other lady,
like,
the other lady,
okay, then the next one we said is speech synthesis. We said the ability to production of sound that resemble human speech by electronic method.
Is it like Siri?
Ma?
Yeah. So is it like Siri?
Siri, what is Siri?
Siri.
Siri.
Siri. Okay, can we move on? Now, the fifth generation of computer is characterized mainly by the acceptance of parallel processing. Parallel processing. Parallel. You said? Parallel processing. I know that some of you will be asking, will be wondering what parallel processing means. You'll be wondering, what is this parallel processing? That's parallel processing. You'll be wondering what is parallel processing. Parallel processing is a method that uses 2 or more microprocessors to run tasks simultaneously. That's what we mean by that is what we mean by parallel processing.
So it can perform things at a time, multiple things at a time.
Sir, please, can you redefine it?
Okay, parallel processing method use 2 or more microprocessors. Use 2 or more.
I don't understand.
Yes, I said parallel processing. I said some of you will be asking, will be wondering, what is this parallel processing? Then I'm not telling you that parallel processing is a method that uses 2 or more microprocessors to run tasks simultaneously. Are we together? To run to what? I said 2 or more microprocessor to run tasks. To run tasks. T-A-S-K-S. To run tasks simultaneously. Yes, simultaneously. And it's mostly used. You said what?
Simultaneously now, just like
yes, simultaneously. 2 or more. 2 or more. 2 or more. Processors. He said this generation, you can see now, he said the generation witnessed the introduction of machines with hundreds of processors. You can see hundreds of processors. Hundreds of processors. You can see now, hundreds of processors. With hundreds of processors, you can work, the task can be worked simultaneously. That could be what? Or could be working on different parts of a single computer. You can install it. Yeah, is it clear now? Then these are the main features. These are the main features of 5th generation, the 5th generation. But I want to quickly, I just want you to look at the languages. So it was at this fifth generation of computer, that language that's being used are natural. They call it natural languages. That some that is like human language, natural language, something similar to human languages. So that is when you started using some programming languages that the system understand. But in this case now, this power now, in terms of power, they now consume less power and generate less heat. Now, when you talk of the speed now, it became remarkably improvement of speed, accuracy, and it was now what? Reliable compared to all the generation that we have talked about. Then in terms of size, it became portable and small, and they have huge storage capacity. Then when you talk of input and output devices, that is when we started using fully keyboard, monitor, mouse, trackpad, yes, trackpad, touch screen, pen, speech in. That's when we started using all those devices that you can think of, the new generation, like the light scanner, the printer, all those ones. That's when we started using them, and that's when it was at this time that we introduced what we call parallel processing method, which you already know that parallel processing method make use of 2 or more microprocessors. Yeah, to run tasks simultaneously. Please take note of that one. These are the advantages. Very large storage capacity. When you're talking about very large storage capacity, you are talking about terabytes, isn't it? 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 300, 200 terabytes.
Very high storage space.
Yes. Say you understand. Then they have long bit processor build. Then artificial intelligence languages we have developed. So this is generation at a glance. Generation at a glance, the first generation, the second generation, the third generation, the fourth generation, the fifth generation, at a glance. You just look at it and you know what next. Then let's quickly just examine ourselves. Self-assessment question. Now, can somebody answer the question for number 1?
Second generation.
Second generation. First generation.
First generation.
First generation.
The first generation is the way of life.
Okay, that is our assignment for today. That is our assessment today. I think so all of us understand the lesson, the lecture.
Yes, sir.
Any question? Because I want to end the class.
No, sir.
How are
All
you
right.
going to submit the assignment?
Have I given an assignment?
No, sir.
Have I given any assignment?
No, sir.
That one I looking for
So when are you
assignment.
submitting which assignment? Which assignment are you submitting?
No, it was don't mind him, sir. Don't mind him, sir.
Okay, so we end the class for today, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
see
sir.
you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Hey, people. Siri.
Who be that when they talk assignments?
Siri, báwo ni?